Alright, so today in this video I'm going to be sharing with you what took me literally probably about 9 or 10 hours of in-depth research, searching online, on Google, YouTube, you name it, and I couldn't find specific settings for the Strymon timeline delay to mimic Andy Timmons' settings on the Dual Dealy, and it was driving me absolutely insane because I love the sound of it, but it's just been it's been such a pain trying to get it sorted in to the pedal. But anyway, I feel based off of the sound that I'm getting back from it, it's as very, very close as I'm possibly going to get without having Andy come in to my studio and actually do it for himself and set it up on the. You know, the one thing I will say is the level, so the mix level, the level of that is really going to be down to taste. Andy does use an expression pedal by Dunlop. So he will have, you know, kind of the, you know, he'll have full control of the level of the effect. So the mix is kind of to taste for what you're playing. If you're playing more faster runs, have less. If you're playing more longer, slower lines, have more. It's kind of the rule of thumb that I've always tended to use, and it's not worked out too bad for me. So other than that, also the depth and the speed of modulation, that's going to vary as well depending on taste, how much you kind of want modulating on the repeat. It's not for the initial attack. On the notes, I'll just show you now. I'm just going to increase the level now a little bit so that you can hear it. So you can hear there is a level of modulation on there. But anyway, instead of me talking and waffling, you've heard the sounds. I'm just going to basically get a close-up of the pedal so that we can now see what the settings are. If anybody has any questions at all, please put it in the comments and I'll do my very best to answer. But hopefully the video and everything that's in it is going to sort you right out. We're on Dual Dealy at the moment. What I want to have a quick look into, obviously, is the different things that we've got set up here. So the time for delay 1 is set to 500 milliseconds. That's where we want the very first delay set up. So 500 milliseconds is the first one. As far as the number of repeats that you get, that's again really down to taste, but I like to set them so I can kind of hear 3 when I've got the level around about here. Again, if you want any more, you can do. From what I've gathered from listening to Andy Timmons' sound, there's usually 2 to 3 repeats, but in interviews he has said 2. So again, you can kind of set that how you basically like from there. For the depth of modulation, I've got it around about, if we were looking at it on a clock, you'd be around about just between 9 and 10 o'clock. The speed I've got set just a little bit off from there. So again, just around about where they are there. Hopefully you can see that in there. The grit I've got off. I don't particularly want grit on the repeats. And then the filter, I've been experimenting with this, and what I kind of like is where it's around about between 2 and 3 o'clock. The time to is 4 into 3. This is what I was finding difficult to find. So it's 4 into 3 on time, okay, on the second delay. And then when we move over to the configuration is in series, not parallel. That'll be as if you was wiring one into the other, and that's how that's going to work. And then moving on from that, the tap division is dotted. That's it. So that's all you really need to do on the second delay. If you have that, you can have a 500 millisecond from the main delay set to these settings. The second delay is set exactly like I've just shown you from there. And then that is pretty much it. Alright, so hopefully now that you've seen that, you can try that out on the timelines for yourselves. Let me know in the comments, send me a message, send me an email even at info@cunlessmusic.com. That'll come straight through to myself, and let me know how you get on with it. And in the unlikely event that the very great, awesome Andy Timmons is watching this, if I've not got any of them right, Andy, can you send me an email at info@cunlessmusic.com and let me know what they actually are? I'm fairly close. I'm not going to play any more of that. Andy plays that absolutely awesome. It's such a wonderful composition. But anyway, that's it from me. I wanted to make a very short, helpful video just to help the other timeline users out there who are trying to get in that sound. fairly happy with that, how it's set, but you can always improve on everything. Anyway guys, thanks for tuning in. I hope you found it helpful. And if you did, please feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel. There's lots of useful information coming up for lots of different things coming up, including playthroughs and all that kind of stuff and other things that you might find useful. So feel free to support me and like and subscribe. Thanks very much guys. Cheers.